So I'm here to tell you some of the reasons why you have a low sense of self-worth and self-esteem. And the first one of those is that you don't feel like you're good enough. This really is the biggest one of all. From an early age, we start to compare ourselves, or maybe even our parents compare us to our siblings or other kids. When we go to school, we see other kids are good at reading, maths, running, whatever it might be. And we compare ourselves to them thinking that we should be good at all those things too. When we compare ourselves and we may not be as good at some things as others, we feel like we're not good enough, not smart enough, not beautiful enough, maybe not well behaved enough. And when we feel like we're not good enough compared to others, this creates a subconscious belief. This belief then creates our internal dialogue, and that internal dialogue creates patterns of behavior. We start to doubt ourselves and we speak to ourselves negatively. This negative self-talk drives our confidence and our sense of self-worth down. Self-doubt and negative self-talk is the single most significant factor negatively impacting our sense of self-worth. When we don't feel like we are good enough, we develop patterns of behavior in order to try to prove our worth or to prove that we are good enough to ourselves and those around us. Examples of these kinds of behavior are people-pleasing, putting everyone else's needs and wants and desires before your own, being an overgiver, being a high achiever, and being a perfectionist, which makes us mask our insecurities. These insecurities can make us feel scared of being seen or making a fuss, so we play small, hide our true selves away, don't speak up, desperately doing whatever it takes to be liked, accepted, and included. We can also become very good at procrastinating, as we can be fearful of letting others down or letting ourselves down and failing. These patterns of behavior often start when we're just children, and we don't necessarily grow out of these patterns when we grow up. They become deeply ingrained in us. The good news is that once we start to tune into our patterns of behavior and our self-talk, we can make conscious choices to change them, to evolve into a better version of ourselves. Understanding where and when you started to feel like you are not good enough is the key to improving self-worth. And we find that understanding through RTT. I'm going to give you a challenge. I want you to tune in to yourself and think about what is your internal dialogue is. Where are you feeling like you're not good enough? How do you speak to yourself? Do you beat yourself up? Are you speaking harsh, hurtful, critical words to yourself? Do you doubt yourself? And then take another layer further, deeper, and check in and see what kind of patterns of behavior you have in your life. Are you a procrastinator? Are you a people pleaser? Do you put everybody else first? Are you playing small and hiding away? Have fun with it. Tune in. See who you are and try and understand a little bit more about yourself and where this low sense of self-worth and self-esteem comes from. Watch the next video to find out more reasons about why you might be lacking in self-worth or self-esteem.